Okay, truth be told, I was bored tonight, and I did go live already, but like, I think I was really tired, and like also mentally tired because it's something else, and I wanted to do Godot stuff again. It's been a hot minute. I mean, last time I did it is because I had homework. How is this display capture? It's below the image, isn't it? Here we go. Hello. So, it has been a bit minute. I had a game idea, and I'm like, wow, I want to do that. Maybe. And it does require like 3D movement and all that jazz, which is already done. Is Discord gonna be on the? Yes, it is. Please don't be there. Thank you. Anyway, for all intents and purposes, what we have already is this thing where you can move a bean around, which I think is nice. However, one, we need it to the point. Oh, good lord, I forgot it slides like that. One, like you've noticing that like its jump is crazy amounts of floaty. Like it takes like 3 seconds for you to get back to the ground. So what we're gonna do in regards to that is I'm gonna have a look here. Jump velocity. If I set that to like 2.0 and then save it, will that solve our problem? Okay, this is the wrong scene. I should not be doing it from there. Okay, 2.0 is too small. I think like what we're gonna need is like 4.5. 4.0 is gonna just have to do them. So the jump velocity is one thing. Could you cheese this? Like if I pull it up to this and I like started. Hold on. Okay. First off, hold on. Let me get into the level in 3D. This is not good enough. I need a bigger space. So let me get this thing's collision shape and also scale it to be correct. Oh, it was already scaling with it. Whoops. I don't need to do any of that shit. Okay, cool. Much bigger space, saving this, playing this. I want to check something. Okay, I can barely fucking tell what this is. Um, Texture wise, I've forgotten how to do textures in complete actuality. Shit. Probably inspector. Hmm. No. I presume this. I mean, it's clearly done something, but I'm not sure if that's the right place to look. No, no, no. I kind of need something like with checkerboards on it. I'm gonna look this up. Must have been watching the Silver campaign because I'm weird. I think this is really something super simple. I'm looking this up real fast. Because like last time we did high read, we didn't have to worry about texturing because like by the time I pulled the textures in, they were already kind of like that. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna pop open Godot again, and we're gonna go look at the other thing, the thing I submitted for college, the thing I submitted for university, because I did it then on a plane, and the way that worked, it worked just fine. So here's the other project I had. This is the one I submitted for university work purposes. That I finished in like a week. Really my best work, I feel. It's very bare bones and it barely works most of the time, but also it works. So here's what, like last time we were working on this game, someone came in and was like helping with how it works. See, all of this is textured because it was textured in Blender beforehand. What we're looking for is this guy. He has an animated sprite 3D on the pivot. However, the player itself is this collision shape. So technically I didn't use anything 3D per se. What I did do is just append a animated sprite to a pivot and call it a day. Which doesn't really help when I'm trying to put textures onto things. Did I ever think about like texturing or any other moment? No. No. Now everything else here was pre-textured in Blender, using both like the default like Blender nodes and images I could find from the internet that I would be fine with. This thing uses like the shininess thing from Blender. Thankfully, your boys over the beautiful boys over at Godot already take this. So thanks for this. Thanks to the Prime.
How goes it, boss?
I'm confused. I don't know what I'm doing. All I need right now is for this thing to have like a black and white checkerboard so I can tell how fast I'm moving. I presume material is what I'm looking for. I believe this is what I'm looking for. If I get... I'm pretty sure I got a checkerboard somewhere. Give me a second. Yeah, I got a checkerboard. So this is it right here. If I drag this into the material tab, will you take it? You will indeed. Okay, wonderful. Okay, so it's material. Let's keep that in mind. Yep. We're deleting all these. What is this? Okay, so now we have a checkerboard. That was the point of what I was trying to do. I wanted to see if movement is busted. You're going about a tile per second. Like, if you're moving from side to side, that's fine. If you're jumping off of something, that should be the next thing I worry about. Let me get another one of these mesh instances real fast. Why are you 10 times bigger, dude? Reduce yourself, buddy. Okay, this is a plane. I forgot that. Okay, I need another mesh instance then. Usually, I believe what you would actually do was just 3D model most of this stuff, like in your normal 3D modeling software beforehand. However, I'm not doing that because I'm a dumbass. Okay, this thing also needs collision or else it won't do anything real fast. So I need a static body 3D and I need another collision shape. And then you need to be a parent of this for you to work. And then the only problem is that I haven't made a shape for you yet. So all I've got to do now is give you a shape, which is over here. I need a box shape, please. Now, I need to make sure it's fitted to this. It's already fitted to the thing. Perfect. And then when I scale this thing, it should... Yep, perfect. Okay. So, second off, this thing's texture. Where would I find that again? Was that in skeleton? Okay, where did I find it? Here. I found it under mesh. Okay. Okay, that's odd. There we go. Let me just grab the checkerboard and pop that into this thing's material, so it's like the same as everything else. Oh, perfect. Oh, beautiful. Okay, so we're just gonna like try and pepper some of these around. Main point is I want to make some. I'm thinking of making like dodgeball as a video, as like a game. I don't think dodgeball's too like hard to make. Famous last words said by any person ever. Okay. What the fuck? I need this one copied. Thank you. Why are they always so much like bigger? I don't understand how that works. There we go. I don't need to actually grab the handles is what I need to be not doing. I haven't even programmed the one thing I want, which is how to like throw projectiles. But we will worry about that later. Currently, as it stands, the player cannot jump up this, I believe. It is too big to make that jump. So I'm making like 3 of these. Yep, exactly like that. Okay, so from this scene, it should work. Okay, so that's something. You know what? You know what? You know what? Let's put that jump velocity up to about 5.5.0. Now I understand why I had it at 6 to begin with. I have no clue how double jump would happen. Let me see something here. Let me try this. If I just copy this and not is on floor, let me see if I can pull off that action again. And it's not yelling at me yet. It's not yelling at me. I have now created the power of flight. But a double jump can work like this. It's just there needs to be a system in place to stop it. I think the best way I can think of it is trying to like do this without like thinking about a tutorial here. It's very interesting to watch, listen to. Yay. I'm thinking maybe we make a variable that says that's like counting how many times when you're not on the floor and the action's been pressed that you've jumped. and that every time when this block of code is called, it ups the counter so that I can like cap it or something. If I started at 0 and then make it go up to 1 when you jump again, then that should do the trick. We need a variable first. So we're going to put it up here with the rest of the variables. So variable jump underscore amount is equal to 0. Why are these colons here? I've completely forgotten. I'm going to trust myself on this one and just go for normal equals. Unless it yells at me. Hasn't yelled at me. So what we're going to do is we need to do, I believe we need to, can I just like do jump underscore amount and set it to just 1? Can I do that? Hasn't yelled at me yet. Okay. I'm kind of understanding what I'm doing here. So obviously that doesn't help. It just means that it's now saying, it's now noticing that I'm jumping it. Can I like make it like +1? Cool. So I can add on to it. I can make it like go from 0 to 1. And this only gets called if I press the spacebar again. In the instance where I'm on the floor and I press the button like that, it won't make any noise. It won't be like, "Hey, I'm upping the counter." If I do it when I'm not on the floor, it should add to the counter. So, now I just need to make the counter capped. And that is where I'm going to give up and go look for a tutorial. There's got to be some way to like capping Godot variables. Is that a thing I can do? Yes, limit variable. This is exactly what I'm looking for. Haha, this'll do the trick. Okay, so now we got a variable of jump amount. So now we can do clamp and then 0, 1. We can do what? So like we have our value, our minimum, and our maximum. Okay, so I'm assuming this is like initial value and then the minimum it can be at and then the maximum it can be at. I believe that's true. So, with that said, this should stop me from doing it multiple times. It did not. Why is this? Like, if this is initial value, if this is the minimum, and then the maximum is 1, I'm going to put it at 2 just real fast and see what that does. Okay. Let's go learn about the clamp status then. Let's go learn about clamps. Godot clamps. If value inferior to minimum returns... Okay, what? Clamps value returns value not less than minimum and not more than maximum. Okay. And every time, I'm like calling to it. Sometimes I wonder what the fuck, dude? I'm hurt. That's so mean. Anyway, oh, you mean like in the I'm as bad as this guy or okay, fuck off, man. So the clamp I am skipping this. I'm so sorry now. I don't know why it's not on my playlist. You know what it might be? It's because this is a variable and not a float. Although it didn't seem to stop my mouse sensitivity or my twist input or my pitch input from being variables. This is handling jump. We're trying to implement double jump. We just need it to be capped. I think we can work with a double jump if I can just like cap it at something. Like if I make an increase of value and if the value has a specific limit that I can get to and then it won't do anything. Okay, you know what I'm missing actually? You know what I think I'm fucking missing? I think I might need an if statement in here, being like if the jump amount is equal to 2, then kill it. However, however, I'm not sure how to do that. I actually don't know much. So what do I think? What do I think? I'm thinking here. I'm a thinker. And I'm thinking really hard about it. I did try my best here to try and recognize this thing. I'm gonna see if I try. I'm gonna go look up like a tutorial for this, and I might be just like over engineering it. No, I'm right. It's tracked the amount of time. Like, hold on, look at this. Yeah, no. Although I seem to have overdone it, I can literally just like make it. I can make it a variable as can underscore double jump and set it to like true always, and then once this happens again, I can set it to false. So I'm overdoing it when it comes to jump. So I could just declare it then, yeah. Let me just declare that variable. Let me see here. I'm probably gonna leave this alone. I might leave this alone, but I'm gonna see if I can just like change it into something else. I think I need to declare it as a function, if I remember correctly. Am I in the right place? Oh no, this is for mouse grabbing. Am I in the right place? Okay, but this one's handling jump. Do we have separate things for just jumping? Why aren't these in just... Huh? I'm confused. Yeah, I'm like internally trying to recognize something here. Because if it's as simple as just making a true false statement, then I should be able to just like do that and you won't shout at me. Okay. No, you won't shout at me. So let's try that out. So we're gonna like if immediately after it's jumped, it's will set can underscore double jump to false. What the fuck is that going to do? This is actually not going to do anything because technically double jump doesn't do anything. Like, let's have a look here. Hmm. Trying to think here. I might be more into what I was doing with the numbers, but that I don't know. We're gonna try and continue with our jump amount bullshit to continue on. We're at a clamp moment. See, what I think the problem is, it's like it's adding to a counter of a clamp, and like technically we have our initial value, our minimum value, and our maximum value. I am gonna set this to 1, and we're gonna set this to 2. We're gonna give this a try real fast. I'm gonna make this a float. This thing hasn't complained at me once, which is I think very. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so it complained to me then. Either that or we just like let us fly forever. Which like is cool, but like that's not what I want. And also the jump is kind of no. I think I kind of see what I was cooking with when I was running at 6.0 jump, and I was overthinking it when I was trying to get rid of it. I will say though, 7.5. Okay, we're gonna go back to 6.0. Probably that came with the tutorial doc I've got here. It's just that like when you move around mid-air, it's kind of floaty, which I mean that's something. We okay. Well, okay. Okay, here's what I'm looking for. 10.5 gravity real fast. We'll see what that does to this. Because this thing doesn't handle its own gravity. The game handles that gravity. And I think right now my problem is most of this gravity is it feels very moon-like. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna set this at 20.5. We're gonna see what that does. Okay, so 20.5 let's us get up one of our blocks. Doesn't let us get up the second one. 15.5 is what I'm gonna try and do, and we'll see what that does. I barely understand what I'm doing. Okay, so it doesn't let you get up the third and final. Not with a normal double jump. With like my stupid weird ass infinite jump, then yeah, you can get up here. But with like the normal gravity, you can't really get up to this first one without double jumping, which I don't know. Something about that feels odd. Let's get back to this. I need the maximum so that I can like cap it at what we're doing. Obviously, a double jump can just. I mean, I'm noticing. Does Godot support LGBT? Probably not. Average Reddit comment. You should help yourself by learning the basics. Thanks, bro. That really helps. You're really not helping. Make your variable to track if you double jump that resets when player is on floor. Okay. So I think we're gonna go back to doing what we were gonna do with the variable. It should be set to true at every moment. And then if action is just pressed, UI accepted, is not on floor, then that means you already double jump. So I guess from here, you should be able to do can double jump is equal to true here still, but when you've already done the jump again, then can double jump is equal to false. So we defined this variable up here, and we've attributed it to our two inputs here, but this variable doesn't fucking do anything. Like I can still press the spacebar as many goddamn times as I like. And I can't really do a thing about that. What I could try is putting a little if statement in this if statement, which is just fully fucking unnecessary. But I can make it so that if can double jump is equal to false, which it should be once. Actually, no, this should be set to false the minute. No, it should be set to. I'm gonna pause the music. Let me think about this. I've jumped once already, which means that I have the double jump available to me. It should reset if I'm trying to jump and I'm on the floor. It should not reset when I'm jumping and I'm not on the floor. Okay. I think I get it. Why do I have so much snipper clips? Ugh. Oh wow, I can host a game server in my Discord with boosts. Thanks. Forgot I had the DS thing. Brain-wise, what the fuck am I doing? We already have this variable defined, and it's saying it's false. But just because it's false doesn't mean it's gonna do something about it. Right now, the problem is going to be making it do something. I think the thing is, I don't know. No. Let me give that there. But if it's pressed and you're not on the floor, and can underscore double jump is equal to true, then do all this. Assignment is not allowed in an expression. Shit. Can I make that like a separate function? Like, can I make that as a thing? Is that still doable? Hold on. If can underscore double jump is equal to true. Still can't do that? Nope. Assignment is not allowed in an assignment expression. Okay. So how can I get can double jump equal to true in our little, like, expression here? This is a wonderful question. It's one that I'm really trying to, like, wrap my head around. Because, like, in my brain, I'm thinking if you're in the air, and if you're not on the floor, and you're pressing the button, and you can double jump, then you can double jump and we're resetting it midair to false. And then once you get back on the floor, then you should be good. I mean, technically, can double jump shouldn't be in here. Where in the code do I talk about, like, player character being on the floor? Because we have if the player character isn't on the floor, which is in the air, and that'll be pulling it down to the ground. This is all just movement here from the default Godot like movement course that they put out. Um. Okay, I'm gonna keep it where it is for the time being, but we're gonna see what we can go with this. This will be like checking. This will like be like setting the thing mid-air. Can I like? How do I call? How do I change something? I can't call and say, "Hey, can you check if this thing is true or false yet?" At least I don't think so. Have I done? I feel like I've done that before. Let me double check. Maybe it was like I was using Nathan Hode's dialogue system, which has a lot of mutations and things I could change. I could set a game state, and then I could have things check for game state in there. So I think that's my problem right now, that I'm coding expecting that. So we're gonna go double check that I've done this before. Let me check my scripts. If body is player, yep. This one I did by myself because I want like most of it is literally I think from a tutorial. Okay, that's odd. Where are these states coming from? Do I have a state thing? I have a state thing, right? Yeah. Here they are. And these are all strings. Odd. But it seems to work just fine. Like, when I declared the variable, the dialogue thing calls to that variable and changes it. And then when I enter a scene, like if I go into my fucking. If I go to my. Where is it? Where was it? Where was it? Where was it? Here we are. If I. Like, if a state that we had in our state file was entered, then point it to that spawn point. When I enter the closet, upon entrance, upon first load of that scene, it will set the state to entered. So once that's done, okay, maybe we try that here. Maybe we try that here, but that's per scene if I remember correctly. Does this thing have a thing? It does. I do think that the state one is completely separate. However, we are going to copy off of it because I think I can pull that off. So first off, I need a new script then. I mean, hopefully this will work. Let's pull back to this. And let's like just get rid of this. And we get rid of these for now. I want to be able to change the state midway. Here we are. Variable can double jump is equal to true in the states.gd file. Now, I have it like so that I think is state connected to anything? Can I like check where this is connected to? Who uses the state command, like the state script? Does everyone use the state script? No, the state script is just around. Now, I think what I can do here is copy this equals equals thing. I need to declare it here. Nope, that's not what I wanted. Now, how did I declare it here and then pull it over to here? It is amazing how I can like read the code that I literally remember typing in a frenzy at 6 a.m. and then not know what the fuck I was cooking. Hello? You know, let's not do this actually. But I think I have an idea, maybe. I'm thinking, maybe. I'm gonna pop this back in here. Can I just like declare like and can underscore double jump? Can I just ask you for that? I can. So what would that would mean is I think what I can do is just do this. I think what I this is actually the dumbest thing. I think this is like the most like that doesn't really make any sense. I think this needs to be set as false to begin with. What am I cooking? I'm just calling to this. I don't think I need to make another variable that says can't. I think I'm already being like, if this is pressed, and if they're not on the floor, and if this variable exists, I'm like, I think I'm asking it to read what this is. And this is a var. I presume it's asking for a number? Can I pop a double equals in here and make it... Oh, shit, okay. Oh. Sure. There... Okay, so then set can double jump to, 0. Is that gonna work? No way that works, right? I presume not. No way, are you kidding? Hold on a minute. Okay. Oh, shit. I didn't mean to close it. I think it saves everything, but shit, did I make it work? Hold on. Hold on. No, 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 no. I was expecting that to work. Those are just all my video games over there. You can see them. Anyway, back to this. No, no, no. No. Where the fuck am I? There I am. Can double jump is then set to 1, which if can double jump is equal to 1, then do it again and set it back to 0. but the minute I jump and I'm on the floor, oh my fucking god, no way. Yo, wait, it works. My code works. Dude, I figured that shit out mainly by myself. Okay, I'm pretty sure that this is the most like dipshit way of setting up a double jump. There are definitely way more easy, slim, quick ways to pull off a double jump in Godot. But we made this, but I made this basically with like intuition and Reddit threads. I'm actually really proud of us. Still haven't made the part where you throw the ball in the game where I want to make dodgeball. Don't question myself. So what I'm going to do next is we're going to take a quick page out of my last games book. So we're going to name this like an big jump thingy. So what we're going to do next is we're going to add another mesh instance 3D. We're going to set that to be a sphere mesh. I'm going to pull it over here, and this is going to be our dodgeball. Next, I need... What do I need? I need a static body.
Hey, bro.
Hello, the derpy cat. So give me a static
How you
body.
doing, bro?
I'm doing great. Sorry. But I need a collision shape, and I seem to set that. I don't know if it should be as. I don't think it even can be as a sphere. It can be, but I don't think I want it to be. So now we have a
What
box.
you doing right now?
I'm Godotting. I know how to game
Huh?
dev. I think.
Oh. Oh, like Godot, the game dev software. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So we have a collision shape and a static body. This is an area 3D, and it throws like signals over to the code that should tell it to put this character back at spawn, but that block of code doesn't fucking work for some strange reason. However, we're not in it for that. We are in it for the interactables. We are making an interactable out of that ball right fucking there.
An interactable.
We're making an interactable. We're making this ball do something when the player interacts with it. Now, I also,
Interact.
yeah, I'm thinking I also want like the thing that the key that you need to press to make it work appear, but I don't remember how to do that. I don't think I never learned. I don't think I ever learned how to do it. However, what's weird is that I've got a function on Area 3D Body Enter that tells the the code to put me in another scene. I don't know why I can't just like make it so that it fades and then does and then puts me back at spawn. I don't know why. I'm ignoring it, but whatever. So, what am I here for? I'm here for my interactables. What the fuck is this? I don't know what this is. Where's my interactable? Here we are. Nope. No. 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 I think it's the player, right? Hold on a minute. Let me see here. Where the fuck is my interactable? Okay, you know what? Let's get into 3D. This is the little shelf I've got going on here. Here is the actionable. Here is its code. Fuck. I don't know what this means. Well, I kind of know what it means. I just don't know who's doing the interacting. I believe it should be the player, right? Here it is. Variable actionables equals actionable finder dot get overlapping areas. Where the player is overlapping with the hitbox of the thing I'm trying to interact with, then do an action. Now, I don't know if that's a Nathan Hode thing, but I think I can I can think of something. And it's going to rely on, namely, this. Function if Like if the player character intercepts the hitbox of the ball, and if the body is the player and they're pressing a key, then do thing in block. That should maybe work. I think I know what I'm talking about. So this is the ball. It's supposed to do something. It's supposed to exist. What we're going to focus on instead is the player and its script. Actually, no, we're not. We're going to give this thing a script first. Attach script. Do something. .gd. We're going to get rid of everything. And we're going to call for our static body. Now, I believe that our closet has a static body, but it also should have something else. Here's our shelf. Our actionable, what is this actually? This is an area 3D. And actionable.gd is a script. Okay, hold on. Extends area 3D, exports and grabs all of the dialogue stuff, and then it does dialogue stuff. But that's not what we're here for. We're here for an area 3D. So therefore, this thing needs an area 3D. And I can just copy the collision shape over to that. Cool. Okay, so first off, this closet and its actionable extends from the area 3D. So first things first, this shouldn't be for the mesh instance 3D. I need to get another area 3D here. I'm going to copy over the collision shape and give it to that. It needs to be stemming from this area 3D. I think I know what I'm doing. It's a heavy thing. I'm really like that.
You're thinking.
Like that. I think I know what I'm doing. Is doing a lot of heavy lifting. Let me just say. So
You think?
let's just worry about something first. So what we need to do is, let me just pull up my last work. And I believe here, what we're looking for is function on body scene switcher body entered. I don't know if this is. Okay, no, okay. So if body is player and we're looking for a key press, give me a second to go figure out what that is. Input dot is action just press, and input dot is action just pressed is UI accept. Then okay, can I just like delete nose or something? Let me just look up that up because I've never had to do that before. Now I don't want it to be gone forever, but I think I want it to only be invisible. How to make 3D nodes in Godot invisible through code. Is there a way to do that? Is that really it? Do I need to click? Okay. Is this going to work? Probably not. Let's give it a shot.
Visible equals false.
So if I go over here, I'm intercepting. Why is enter? Okay, so I'm pressing the button and we're not doing anything. However, it does say something. I kind of need to check if it like says if it's even working. How can I Output to console. I need to quickly remember how to do that. I don't think I've ever had to output to console. Outputting to console. Godot.
Hmm.
Oh, it's just print. I'm fucking stupid. Print. Hi.
Hmm?
Is that gonna work? Okay, cool. So I'm gonna pull this over here for a second onto my main monitor, and we're gonna run it.
Yes.
So this is it over here. I'm over here. So I am in this. I am like moving around it. I'm in its space. However, nothing is happening.
Hmm.
Now, I'm not sure as to why. Now, if I play this, I pull this window down around this way. Can I like see movement from over here? No, I can't. Okay, here's what I think. I think this collision shape is too small, and like this, and like the sorry, and the cube that I've got going on here. The range of hitbox over here, by the way, is over here. Why is that? Let me go over to the player. I just need to quickly check. Mesh instance, twist pivot, pitch pivot, camera 3D. Do you not? Where is this thing's hitbox? Do you have a hitbox? Did I not give this thing a fucking hitbox? Hold on.
Wait.
Dude, no wonder it's not doing it. I gotta check the player from before.
Wait.
Does this thing have a hitbox? No, I presume it comes with the hit. No, here's one. A collision shaped 3D. Why don't you? No, here's your collision shaped 3D. What the fuck type of size is this? What is this? Hold on.
I don't know, bro.
There we
I
go.
don't.
This thing has a better collision shaped 3D. So if I just make it a tiny bit bigger than it, now we're good. I'm going to save this. And now this has collision. Now, while we're here, I am going to go over to this actionable, and I am going to scale up a tiny bit and also make the static body 3D also the same size, just to be safe. And then I'm going to pull this thing up by the bootstraps, up here, and now it's grabbable. It doesn't have gravity, but it's there. So I'm going to go over here, and I'm going to press buttons. And then I'm going to quickly open up my Godot. However, it's not sending out anything. Odd. Is the actionable from my other game, like, pointing to something? Thanks for the follow, Stinky Leaf. Hold on a minute.
Hmm.
Like, here's a door.
Okay, I'm gonna go solo queue deadlock.
That's
Bye, bro.
evil. I'm sorry for you.
What do you mean that's evil?
I'm actually really sorry that you're trying to do
No.
that.
No. But why are you sorry for me?
Because it cannot be that fun. I'm sorry, bro.
I want to.
Mm-hmm. That's what they all say. Solo
If
queue
I don't
deadlock.
want to, I'll stop.
That's what they all say. That's what they say about
That's
League.
what they. You're saying it's like an addiction or what?
Well, yes, I am saying this.
Okay.
Okay, well, bye. Have a good one.
Bye, bro.
Goodbye, bro. Okay, where were we? Okay, so our thing doesn't work at all, which is quite saddening, and I'm not happy about it. However, it works here, which confuses the shit out of me. Why does it work here, but yet it doesn't work here? Are you, like, looking... See, I think the problem is it doesn't know what to do once actioned. Like, this one knows what to do. This one does not. It's like, yeah, I'm actioned. You know why it didn't work? Because fucking the function I called is telling it to look for a scene switcher. On body entered, please. Is that even how you spell body? Pretty sure it is. On body entered body, if body is player and input. Okay. Right. We are doing this. Uh-huh. We have player movement down. Now I think we're about to get to the point where we have enemies. What I'm really important about, what I'm really interested in, is how to like make little move things between. What? Hmm. Okay. I've got a headache. We need interaction. We need something to like allow us to interact with things. Is this a some other time type deal? I'm not sure yet. Because I spent most of this learning like making a double jump, and the double jump fucking works, by the way. Which I think is awesome. I never thought I could do that. I'm really jazzed about the fucking double jump, bro. I will never not be jazzed about that shit. It's really cool. Maybe we don't make the dodgeball game like I wanted to. Maybe we just actually make a 3D platformer. A dive would be interesting, but I'm not sure how to do that. I just thought, maybe I should have the dive that I always want. Oh, you know what probably is causing that? It's probably this. You know, bigger hitbox means harder to move around. Or just the hitbox of the thing itself. It is 100% the hitbox of the thing itself, isn't it? It's just slightly off. What is up with this? Oh. If you're on static body and collision box now. That's my fault. You were under. You were a parent of a child who already had a parent. You were the child of a parent who is already a child of something else. What? What? You don't seem to awfully play well with other things. Okay, why oh why oh why oh why is it like grossed out the minute I try to move. Is some What's up with that? Like, we got a static body 3D, and this has a collision shape to shape it. And said collision shape is just like the other ones. Why is it like this? I cannot go up it. In fact, it'll just straight teleport me back down. Okay, I'm gonna delete this. Well, we're gonna try instead. What? I'm gonna delete this mesh instance. We're gonna see if I can get a new. We're gonna get another mesh instance real fast here. Do we have ramps? No. Because fuck me, I guess. Never mind. We'll try that later. I think we'll try and stick around to like 3D platformer type deal, but I think this is a fun time to stop. That is the actual smartest I've ever felt. That double jump, I'm actually going to never shut up in turn to myself about that double jump. I'm really proud of that double jump working for after so many iterations. Again, that's probably the most dipshit way of doing it. There are definitely easier ways to do it, but I'm taking my W and I'm rating someone with it. Speaking of, who's live? Who is live on Twitch TV? Which one of my good friends is live at this exact hour of 11 p.m.? It's 11 p.m.? Jesus Christ, man. Whimsical's live. Holy moly. Whimsical's never live. We're rating Whimsical. Thank you for the stream. Sorry it's late at night, and sorry it wasn't that interesting of a. Oh, I hope you guys found it interesting, because I do enjoy the game dev streams, since we did them last April. So I hope you did enjoy. Please come join my Discord, and I'll see you later then. Bye.